Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Eric Raymer, and sitting in for Angel Tussey, Ricky Lee Hotz. Hello, Ricky Lee.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, Ricky Lee, you are a dietitian. You are a professional ballroom dancer. You've got an amazing eye in the world of website design. We were just talking about that during the commercial break. And you're a millennial, and as such, lots of people are talking about you.
Yes, my generation, absolutely.
Your generation. And a lot of people talking about you because you're doing all the things in the public eye as well with the dance and all of that. But let's talk a little bit about your generation. An article written by Richard Mays in entrepreneur.com talks about how millennials have changed business practices. They say that these tech savvy workers are changing the way that we work, and the argument is that they're changing the way that we work for the better. Do you consider yourself tech savvy?
It depends on the day. There's some things that are definitely a little bit of a mystery to me, but overall I feel pretty tech savvy. I think a lot of people I've been able to help figure out, and as well as figure out for myself in the process of marketing and, the world of the internet and all of social media.
Well, in large part, you were born into the world of the internet, and probably don't remember a time when the internet in one form or another was around.
Right. Yeah. AOL dial-up is probably the earliest we've got in my memory.
My heart. AOL dial-up. I remember when AOL dial-up came out. I also remember when we actually had to dial rotary phones. All right. So here, according to this article, ways that millennials have changed the way that we do business. Number one, they've changed the way that we shop.
Yes.
Do you actually go into stores to do shopping anymore? Or do you just do you order stuff off Amazon, use Postmates and Grubhub to order your dinner in?
I've definitely used Grubhub. I've definitely done my fair share of Amazon shopping. I do still enjoy the store experience when I have the time, but when life is super busy, there's always a ton of traffic everywhere. It can save you so much time and energy by just doing some online shopping.
Just do some online shopping. That Whole Foods was bought by Amazon.
Yes.
Right. Now Whole Foods is probably a place, I'm guessing, stereotypically, that because you're a nutritionist, Whole Foods is a good place to shop.
Yes, it's a good place to shop. For me personally, it's a little bit out of my price range as a whole. So I tend to choose some slightly lower cost health food stores like Natural Grocers, Vitamin Cottage, Trader Joe's, things like that.
Okay. All right.
But Whole Foods, when I do get a chance, has great, fantastic, healthy food.
And you just push the button and it'll resupply for you.
Exactly.
These days, I think that's how that works. All right. Millennials have changed the way that we work. It says, why should I expect my millennial employees to sit for 45 minutes in Los Angeles traffic to get to my office when they could be using that time posting, writing, and engaging with the audience right from their own homes? Have you adopted kind of a work smarter, not harder mentality?
I'm definitely working on honing that in. Once in a while, I'll realize I am working way harder than I need to get something done a little more efficiently. But absolutely, when I have the opportunity to be, posting, writing, sharing, and engaging with my audiences in a quick, easy way, as opposed to, taking that time to just waste it while I'm in line at the grocery store even.
Sure. I'm going to ask the questions that older people like me are afraid to ask. So don't be angry with me. Do you know how to type with the rest of your fingers? Or do you just type with your thumbs?
I've never been a full hand typer on the computer even, but I do use more than just my thumbs.
Do you know that there used to be classes?
Yes.
That we had to go through school and we had to learn how to type on the ASDF JKL semicolon keyboard.
Yes, we definitely, when I was, not to age you, but in elementary school, we had our typing games and our typing programs where we had to learn our right finger placement. And
Not to age you. Why you can dish it back? That's okay with me. I'll take it. The author of this article says that millennials have changed the customer service industry. Says with social media culture, consumers demand a quick response from the businesses they interact with. That means having a social media and customer service teams available pretty close to 24 hours, 7 days a week. Do you use the power of the Yelp?
yes, I do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's good, do you give praise, or just if it's bad, you let people know?
If something's exceptionally bad, I'll let people know, but usually I prefer to use Yelp when something's exceptionally good.
Really?
Yes.
You are exceptionally different than most people.
Yes. Yes. Most people I find, when you look through reviews, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt because most of the time people will only take the time to leave those reviews when they're angry and frustrated.
Right. And it seems so easy and natural to just, while you're angry, throw up.
Yeah.
And people do. But to go the other side and say something nice. I think that's one of the things that attracted us to you and you to us here at Experience Pros, because we take a stand on the positive side of business, and that goes along with what you just said. You go out of your way to be positive.
Yes.
And celebrate that. Millennials have got us to shop local. Is it important to you?
Very important to me, even though my personal business is more of a service than an actual supply. For me, I'm a local business. So being able to promote other local businesses as well as my own company is really important, because that whole corporate world out there, it's so easy to get lost and have all those small businesses with all their eccentricities lost.
What if, I'm just going to play a little what if game here with you. What if you and your business, A Taste of Health, grew into a very much in demand? What if you became the next Betty Ford Clinics but along the side of dietitian side of things, right? And you saw this huge level of success. At what point does the small local business turn into the big corporate that we like to take shots at?
I think there's a very fine line, and I think it's about how the upper level staff and the people that are really managing the business from that higher, sometimes more hands-off level, how their outlook on the business really is. So if you kind of keep in mind that personal level of connection between your staff as well as the people shopping from you, I think that kind of almost keeps that small business mindset even in a larger, more successful.
I love this perspective, and I love being able to peel back the layers of what makes you think and so on. I know, and I've met Howard Schultz.
Okay.
Howard was the CEO of Starbucks.
Okay.
Would we consider Starbucks local or major corporate that's part of the problem?
I mean, for me, first instinct, corporate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also haven't taken the time to really explore.
So, and the reason I asked the question, because I do know Howard, I know that he's spent an awful lot of time. I don't agree with everything that he does or the positions that he puts himself in. But he has done his very best to keep the culture of the third place, the connection with the customer, and the outreach to the community across his huge global platform. And I think so, and I'm not, your answer isn't right or wrong. It's just kind of the conversation that I'm after. I've been fascinated for years about what makes, when do we go from being the guy who's really doing our best to be successful to when we flash over to success and now we become the enemy?
Yes.
And I don't know that anybody has a full or complete answer to that.
Yeah.
Millennials learned how to start a business with little or no startup costs. Is that accurate to your experience?
Yes. For me personally, I definitely managed to find a wide range of different methods that really saved me a lot of startup costs, which made it possible for me to start a business at such a young age because I didn't have the money to invest in, that type of a startup cost.
Very interesting. Well, we're going to continue our conversation with Ricky Lee Hotz throughout the rest of the hour here, folks. So stay with us, if you will. This is the home of positive business talk. You are listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network. For the archives of this broadcast, go ahead and check out experiencepros.com. Click on the radio tab, and there's the archives button. Back after this.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Join us this week for Connect and Collaborate, the voice of the Colorado Business Roundtable, where we talk in depth with Colorado's business leaders about issues that matter to business and to our Colorado economy. It's your opportunity to hear uncut interviews about business legislation, to hear from your elected officials and industry leaders in more than a soundbite. We ask the questions you would ask. Listen live every Monday through Friday at 4 on Denver's Money Talk 1690, or you can watch our live video feed at cobrt.com/live.
And this next one
is it for me?
Is for you, Mac.
I've always wanted a box, Cody. Thank you. That's
Open it up, bud.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, it's my favorite honey smoked salmon
from the Honey Smoked Fish Company.
Yep.
The fully cooked superfood perfect for the holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
Makes meals and gourmet appetizers in a snap.
Yo.
Plus, you don't have to go to the mall because Honey Smoked Salmon is available in the refrigerated sections of Costco, King Super, Safeway, and Sam's Club.
Talk about happier holidays.
We just did.
Geez Louise, here we go with the holidays again. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Are you once again thinking of putting off that beautiful new kitchen or bathroom model till after the holidays? Or maybe waiting on replacing some old, rickety, freezing windows and doors? All right, I know things might be busy, but if that's the plan again, we'd like to make you an offer that'll be really tough to refuse. Tell them, Todd.
All right, Dad, here it is. Folks, call us and check it out. Together, we'll get your kitchen, bathroom, or energy-efficient replacement windows planned and ready to go. And then, here's the best part. Book your project now for select install dates after the holidays, and we'll discount the entire project 12%.
Very cool, Todd. Done Right's busy during the season, and the folks have something very special on the calendar for after. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Is your car so dirty the kids are writing "wash me" in the dirt on your back window? When was the last time you dared to reach down in between your seats? Face it, your car is ready for a wash, but not just any wash. A living water car wash. Littleton's premier express car wash. Imagine gliding smoothly along a moving track equipped with state-of-the-art soft brushes, water jets, and air blowers, uncovering a new car shine. Living Water Car Wash's name comes from John 4:13 in Scripture. They're closed Sundays to give employees a day to rest, spend time with family and friends, and of course, worship. Find out what the ultimate car wash experience feels like. And what better way to do that than for half price? For a limited time, we're featuring a $20 gift certificate for just $10. And the only place you'll find it is on denverhalfprice.com. You'll receive their ultimate wash and a detail kit, including 2 towels, tire shine, glass cleaner, and an air freshener for half price. That's a $20 certificate for just $10. You can find it only on denverhalfprice.com. A $20 gift certificate to a living water car wash for just $10. And you'll find that only at denverhalfprice.com.
Brad Jenkins at Jenkins Wealth Management Group is one of our great sponsors here on the Dan Caplis Show. And yes, this is a paid endorsement, but Brad's made it his mission to help arm you with information about your financial life. You've done well for yourself, and I know you want to share that success with your loved ones. So let me offer a suggestion. Instead of buying the latest gadget or gizmo for them, why not give your family something they'll really appreciate? The gift of financial security. Think about it. How many times in your life did you have to stress about money? Well, if you could somehow help your loved ones avoid that stress, that'd be awesome. Brad Jenkins can show you how. Brad and his team will help you set up a plan that gives you and your loved ones the added peace of mind that everyone wants. Wouldn't that be a tremendous holiday gift? Call 720-457-6844 today to get started. That's 720-457-6844 or online at jenkinswealth.com.
Jenkins Wealth Management Group is a financial services firm that offers a broad array of products and services, including insurance and annuities. Licensed in Colorado.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Sitting in for Angel, who is out in Las Vegas speaking to entrepreneurs with the Power Team International, Bill Walsh's organization, is Ricky Lee Hotz. Ricky Lee, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Absolutely.
And we're happy to have you now. And we're exploring the mystery that is millennialism. It's a mystery to it. And you know what? We laugh about this now, but mark my words, in 25 years, you will be having the same conversation with whatever we call the next generation down, going, well, gosh, they're moving into the workforce now. And what do we do with them?
I believe it.
So everybody practice with me. Get off my grass. That's what old folks start to say. So we're carrying on our conversation about how millennials have changed business practices for the better. Richard Mays is the writer for entrepreneur.com, and he says millennials get a lot of flack for being entitled or lazy, but actually Generation Y has actually changed the world of business. And we've made a number of discoveries here that, in fact, they've changed the way that we shop. They've changed the way that we work. They've changed the way the customer service industry. They've got us to shop local, and they've learned how to start a business with little to no startup costs. You know, you think there's Poshmark and eBay and hosting sites like Squarespace and Instagram selling items online. The need for a brick and mortar store is just almost non-existent anymore.
Yeah, I think to some extent it definitely kind of pushes out the brick and mortar store concept. But at the same time, I think a lot of us still do enjoy that opportunity to go into a store. If the community and the type of business that it is allows for that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. How about payments and processing? Everybody's probably pretty familiar with PayPal.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of months ago, I had the opportunity to ask you about a service that I'd never heard of before, except that my son, who is your age, has used before. It's called Venmo.
Yes, it's actually something that I didn't start using until probably about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. And I honestly think it's an even more streamlined version of PayPal.
I think it is as well. It's one of those, PayPal has always in my mind been a little bit clunky. Yeah. You got to fill out this form and do this. Venmo, basically you sign into a profile, and from that point forward, you point whatever dollar amount you want to be shared over, and it does everything. It notifies you. The one thing that I didn't realize about Venmo, though, my son had sent me some money through Venmo, and I got the notification. I was like, all right. I didn't realize I had to actually transfer that to my bank account.
Yeah. So that's one of those little extra steps that sometimes we forget about. And then people will let money kind of build up in their Venmo, which is great when you want to pay someone else, because then it's just there.
Sure.
But if you want it in your bank account, you have to take that extra step with the 2 to 3 business day transfers.
Are you up to date with this whole thing called cryptocurrency? Bitcoin?
I've just started hearing about it, and it's something that still perplexes me, but I definitely know my friends that are in the tech world specifically are talking about it a lot.
It's everywhere. And PayPal and Venmo were the originals. PayPal was the original cryptocurrency. It's money, but it's not, right? Yeah. But they certainly started that whole process. All right. The next point, they have changed the way we market to consumers. The way that millennials most respond to marketing is by way of influencer marketing. That terminology didn't even exist a couple of years ago. Influencer marketing. Do you check with influencers before you go ahead and purchase or engage in any other kinds of things?
For me, it's definitely because you lose that in-store, in-person interaction when you do a lot of that online marketing and online purchasing. It's really important for me to have those influencers that are saying, hey, this is someone you can trust. This is someone you can really shop from and, trust what they're doing.
So is it safe to say that the many millennials rely on others? It's not themselves doing their own thing. They rely on the Yelps and the other areas where we can gain information from a mass of people rather than just your own experience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think having those branches of contact and, everyone's going to have their own opinion about something, but getting a general idea that whether this is a good and safe site to shop from or whether this is something where I'm going to be thrown for a loop is really helpful.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm enjoying our conversation with Ricky Lee Hotz. Give some contact information, if you will, please, Ricky. You are a dietitian. You help people lose weight or stay disciplined, eat healthy, stay healthy. So let's give some contact information for you and your business.
Yes. My phone number is 520-230-2636. And otherwise, you can reach me at my website at denversdancingdietitian.com.
denversdancingdietitian.com. And you're offering listeners to today's program a special 10% discount. If they want to engage your services, they can get 10% off by using a code.
Yes, that code is radio17. If you go on my website, you can purchase your visit and package as well as schedule it, all streamlined online. You don't even technically need to talk to me first if you don't want. And you put in that promo code and it will save you that 10%.
I love that. Now, Ricky Lee, let's cover just in the last minute here of this segment. It's okay to eat brownies. That's what I heard you say.
Yes, it's okay to eat a brownie.
And my brownie looks like a reindeer.
And especially if your brownie looks like a reindeer.
Right. But you're looking at this sliver of a brownie and it's really not a big brownie. It's just kind of it's fashioned in the face of a reindeer. It's a little sliver, like a little piece of pie.
Enough for a good portion-sized, portion-controlled taste.
See, now you heard it here, folks. You can have your brownie and eat it too, but you also have to be aware of the bigger picture and what that's doing. A little bit of discipline goes a long way. And I encourage you to connect with Ricky Lee Hotz, who is the Denver's Dancing Dietitian. Go to denversdancingdietitian.com and check her out, because during the holidays, it's easy to throw the baby out with the bathwater and just say, you know what, I'm going to go swim in this pool of chocolate right now, but I'll be back in January or some other time.
Right.
So,
and then you always give it another excuse.
There's always more excuses. Gang, don't leave. We will be back right after the bottom of the hour of the news. You are listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network, home of positive business talk. The archives of this broadcast, or if you just want to get to know Ricky Lee Hotz a little better, check out experiencepros.com and click on the archives button. We'll be back after this.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people.